Hello everyone, welcome back to Helms Gaming. Got another video for you, and this one is something a little different. This is World of Warships. I finally got around to turning replays on, so now I'm going to have some stuff to share with you. This is the V-170 Tier 4 German destroyer. I'm in a division with a couple of friends of mine from World of Warcraft, but they also play Warships, and so I figured I'd team up with them and see how much havoc we could cause. So right out of the gate, I'm going to rush B. I have a 12-point captain in here with concealment, so I'm pretty confident that I'm going to be able to outspot, or at the very least contest this cap, and hopefully drive away the enemy destroyers. After that, well, we'll see. I really like this boat. It's fast, it's nimble. Not quite as nimble as the V-25 down here down at Tier 2, which is much smaller and much, well, tier for tier it's faster, smaller, harder to hit. In my opinion, overall it's a better ship tier for tier, but the V-170 is also pretty good. Really nice torpedoes in the same kind of odd configuration where you got the two launchers in the middle of the ship, and then you have the two single launchers on either side of the bow, one per side. Makes it a little bit weird to get used to the torpedo arcs on this thing, but it allows you to pull off some really crazy torpedo attacks. Even if I don't actually use the bow torpedoes that much in this game, it still gives you a lot of options that no other destroyers in the game have at the moment. So, of course, the first hit I take knocks my steering up, because why not? Why not? Smoke up to conceal myself so I don't get shot, but I'm certainly not going to sit in this. I've got good long-range torpedoes, and this is a low tier, so I figure maybe I stand a good chance of catching a guy if I torp him into his smoke. Pretty sure I've got the range, so I'm going to let him go, and we'll see what happens. I'm not going to sit around and wait for his own to find me. I'm getting the heck out of there. This is one of the best Tier 4 destroyers in my opinion, just because of the torpedoes and the speed. The Clemson is a very popular steel clubbing boat, but I think this one is actually almost as good. Especially since the Isakaze really isn't anything to brag about these days, after it was nerfed so hard. I like this thing a lot. It's really quick, and it's... Aha! There we go. Kill number 1. I have a little bit of a gloat in chat, so yeah, fun. And I probably should have stopped turning in to try to get my guns on that enemy V-170 there. Might have been able to help my my div mate out there a little bit more. Unfortunately, I didn't see it in time, so those back turrets are just going to kind of spin around aimlessly as I try desperately to get them to bear. By the time I do get them all firing, my poor div mate is on a sliver of health, and well, looks like they managed to get out, at least for the moment. Position-wise, we are not looking so good. We have one cap way up there in the northwest. The middle is securely held by the enemy, and our ships are mostly kind of hiding behind the islands and not really doing a whole lot to contest the middle cap or the one at sea. So I'm just doing what I can to put some pressure on the guys here in the middle, and I'm trying to get some decent AP salvos in on that cruiser, hoping he doesn't turn his attention to me, and lob some more torpedoes up, but immediately he starts to turn, so I probably should have waited before firing those. And that's going to be the last shot I get on him for the moment. Turn in here, go after that Wakatake, I think it is, IJN Tier 3. Yep, Wakatake. See if I can't get him. Not very well planned, I think, but here comes some torpedoes. Can dodge these, no problem. Cue torpedo beats. Potentially run myself aground. Smoke up. keep myself concealed so I can't get shot for the moment, or at the very least not likely to get shot. And I know he's coming. I just saw his tracer coming at me. So here, lob a couple torps out of there. He can't, well, I guess I'm still proxy spotted from the Waka, so he does actually see me, unfortunately, but I don't know how that one hit. But hey, I'll take it. So that's 2 for me, and 2 out of the 5 enemy destroyers. So yeah, let's see what other mayhem I can cause. Probably could have tried to say a little harder to save my div mate there. I kind of neglected that, unfortunately, so feel a little bit bad. More torps, more torpedo beats, easy dodge, no problem, no problem, no problem. Lob a torp around there. No, the Waka's still back here somewhere. Oh, there he is. And I did not keep a very good count. I should have noted that I only ever saw 2 torpedo salvos coming off of that thing. So, unfortunately, I do eat one, but it doesn't kill me, so I stay alive to ruin this guy's day. The guns on this boat, not amazing. Certainly not compared to the Clemson, which has 2 more. And I believe they also... maybe they don't reload faster. But anyway, the Clemson has better guns. They shoot flatter arcs. And Clemson has more of them. But these guns get the job done, especially in close quarters. You got 4 of them. It's nothing to sneeze at, and enemy destroyers certainly can't afford to ignore them. The highlight, though, is definitely the torps. The German destroyers all the way up the line are very good torpedo boats, and kind of average to maybe slightly better than average at most other respects. Especially once you get the Ernst Guide at Tier 6, you get Hydro, and that is very useful. Makes it you a little less worried about sitting in your smoke to shoot at things, because if you have torps incoming, you'll see them. But you don't get that till Tier 6, so I generally don't like sitting in smokes very much unless I'm confident that I'm not going to be torped in there. So that is the good thing about German smokes, is they don't last very long, so you don't get complacent about sitting in them. Not gonna make it over there in time to kill that other DD, I think. Nah, he's dead. He pops. There it is. Alright, well, pick another target then. This is the kind of boring time where there's not really a whole heck of a lot for me to do. I just nothing's in range. And, although I am definitely exerting control on the middle of the map. Just now, though, I'm looking at the map and I noticed that the enemy destroyer there has popped up beside my battleship div mate there, all the way in the west. So I burn my smoke and I make a beeline that direction to try to head him off and see if I can keep my other div mate alive. Need more power, Mr. Scott. Izyaslav. Joy. He's got way better guns than me, so I need to be careful. Tell my div mate that I'm going to be laying some smoke as soon as I get close enough, which will not only hopefully ward off that destroyer, but also give them some cover from the battleships that are shooting at them right now. Don't quite have the range. I mean, I do, but at this range the arcs are very floaty and probably wouldn't hit But it does appear that he's run himself aground, so I start laying the smoke screen, and right before I drop my last puff, I'm going to slam on the brakes, start opening up on that dude. That's a dead Izyaslav. But unfortunately, my div mate snipes the kill out from under me. Oh well, I suppose I'll let him have one anyway. Good position to be laying out some torpedoes. And Izyaslav says, "Okay, my bad." That's right. Throw out some torpedoes, but as with the cruiser earlier, just as soon as I launch, that battleship decides to turn, and those are going to miss by a mile. Oh well. I've been lucky so far. Right now, though, I just want to get out of range. A couple clicks more and I'll be undetected. Or tenths. 5.6 or 5.7, I think, with, yeah, 5.7 with concealment expert on the captain. My build for the ship, preventive maintenance, last stand, of course, are absolute necessities for all destroyers. Maybe less so preventive maintenance. A lot of guys like priority target, especially on Russian destroyers. But definitely last stand is absolutely essential. Do not run destroyers without that. If at all avoidable, at the very least. That skill keeps you alive. So at tier 3 I took basic firing training. On higher tier destroyers I will take survival expert because the extra health is extremely useful. Equipped them with 1 Torp, so that's skill number 4. Unfortunately I lost out on the Kraken due to my div mate getting that other destroyer out from under me right before my shells landed. And it seems like this game is going to end momentarily, but yeah, you never know. Maybe the guy up north will kill something and I'll have a little bit more time. So I'm going to make a torpedo run at that last remaining enemy cruiser. Back to the build. Concealment expert definitely at the tier 4 skill at 10 points. Definitely grab concealment expert. That's like almost all destroyers in the game want that first. 12 points. I picked up Adrenaline Rush, which is awesome, especially when you're low health like I am now. The reload benefit you get from that is just awesome. It's amazing. So good. One of the best talents in the game. Best skills in the game. So I drop my torps, but straight away thereafter we get the kill and the game ends. And plates. Not that much damage, but 4 kills, a cap, so lots of defends. Dev strikes, and the little hero badge for getting a bunch of Captain XP. Not a particularly amazing game damage-wise, but I had a pretty strong impact for deleting 3 of their destroyers from basically full health. I really put the hurting on those guys, and because of that, 1247 base experience, and probably the best game that I've had in this thing so far. Damn good ship. I like it very much. Just barely missed out on getting the kill on that Izyaslav, unfortunately. But that's how the cookie crumbles. Pulled in quite a bit. And I actually don't have the credits and XP screenshots saved, I don't think, but yeah, not a bad outing in the V-170. Definitely one of my favorite tier 4 destroyers, and I seem to be gravitating more towards destroyers these days, especially with the battleship meta and cruiser meta being as campy and passive it is, particularly at high tiers. Right, so that's about it. Thanks for watching, and see you on the next one.